Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Makaya and I make a bunch of videos about random things, health, fitness, post-grad, life, just out here trying to adult. You know, it can get pretty hard. So I'm here to help and let you know that you are not alone. So let me just jump right into it. We are finally here in 2020 and that's kind of insane to me. The fact that I've lived like 2 decades on this earth, that is really gonna bug me. I feel like there needs to be something here now. Every year I kind of do like a yearly review to see what things that I kind of sucked at and need to improve on, what things that I executed pretty well, any goals that I set for myself, kind of going back and reviewing them and seeing how far I've come, what I still need to work on, things like that. So that's what this video is gonna be for this fresh new year. Just kind of like a year in review, and I'm sure you've seen a bunch of these goal setting 2020 videos. I don't want to make it so cliche and make it about, oh, do this every day, or any like 30-day challenge. I just want to make this really real to me, really authentic, and we're just gonna get right into it. I pulled up my laptop and in my notes section last year around this time and sometime in January, I did just a review and recap of 2018, and after I did that recap I listed a couple of goals and a couple of things I wanted to touch on in 2019. So I'm just gonna pull that up. One thing I said was plan my day more, specifically using time blocking to help me schedule. Okay, so like I was saying, I wanted to try to use time blocking because it was a kind of a productivity tool that I had just kind of discovered. I always felt like I was lacking time. There just never felt like there was enough time, so I wanted to try to incorporate time blocking. I will say that was kind of a fail just because mid-year, yeah, I think exactly mid-year, like May or June, there was a change in my schedule in terms of my job schedule. I went from working graveyard shifts to working kind of midday evening shifts, which was good because it made me kind of go back to being able to wake up earlier and have actually like a day and have sunlight. But it also kind of just pushed everything up in a way that I felt like I only had a smaller window of time during the day to get certain things done because of the time it takes for transportation and things like that. If you guys have seen my car ride video of me ranting in traffic, you guys know how bad Bay Area traffic can be. So it was just something that I had to adjust to, something that I'm definitely still working on. I don't think time blocking necessarily worked for me just because it felt like another chore that I had to do. Time organization, I am really gonna dig into this upcoming year. I'm still working on that. At the end of the day, I still have to work to, you know, pay for everyday essential things. But as long as I carve out a little bit of window of time for me to do the things that I really feel are important, I'll feel okay. The next goal was to go to the gym 5 times a week. That one I feel like is really easy. Maybe it wasn't as easy to me at the time, but I pretty much do that generally. If I'm really busy that week, then I'll go around like 3 to 4 times. As long as I go 3 to 4 times a week, I feel like I'm good because I can get some nice, good workouts in those few days and then have the rest of the days as rest days. And I think that really works for my body in terms of like just getting that restoration and things like that. And what I did put in parentheses by that, I said, but be flexible and listen to your body. I think I've definitely done a great job at doing that. There's been times where I'm like, okay, I want to do this workout because I get really inspired by seeing a workout online or something like that. And then I'm like, oh, I need to do that this week, but I end up not being able to because just life, or I'm like get really, really sore, or I do like a really, really heavy, good glute day and I don't anticipate being sore for the next 3 days. So I just work around that and don't do another leg workout that following couple of days. I just wait it off until I'm not sore anymore. And that's basically how I've been working out. I don't really have a structured workout split. I just work out what I feel like working out and what doesn't feel sore. Other one was another fitness related one, and it was to get 10,000 steps a day. I started really strong with, you know, taking my morning walks and being able to hit that, but it was rocky. I'll maybe hit that like twice a week, to be honest. Another one was to get to, this is kind of like superficial one that I learned that I don't really care about now, but was to get to 1,000 followers on Instagram. I had just made my Instagram last year, so I felt like I was just a high achieving goal that just something to push towards, and it just made me motivated to make sure that I'm posting and creating content daily. I think that was what was more important to me, was that I'm just constantly creating content instead of just going into like this creative block and thinking that every little post has to be perfect. I wanted to just make sure that I'm doing something every day, or almost every day. So I don't post every single day, and I have not hit 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 followers. I am around like 600 something, which is over halfway there, but I don't feel like I'm in a rush for the numbers. What really is mattering to me that I've learned throughout the year is to just keep creating and keep curating things. A goal that was not a very wasn't a very good goal, because goals are supposed to be specific. I just do more freelance photography work from 2008, the end of 2018 to 2019. I would say I definitely got more gigs and more work and just more practice, and that's another thing that I'm going to continue to try to push myself to do, reach out to people more, promote myself more, because I sometimes just put stuff out and I don't really like promote it. I just kind of put it out there, and if you see it, you see it, and if you want to work with me, you want to work with me, but there's nothing wrong with giving yourself that extra promo and extra push. So that's something that I could also do. Another goal of mine was to land an internship and be able to work at least, what did I say? At least 5 hours a week, because I wasn't sure if it was just going to be like a digital, like remote type of internship, which I was completely fine with, or an in-person internship. And I was proud of myself that I actually did land an internship that was really flexible with my schedule. It really worked out with me, so that's something that I did actually achieve. The next goal was to start my day off writing or reading, doing something that's kind of sparking that creative juice and getting me flowing, and not just going straight to my phone. I will admit that some mornings I do just go straight to my phone and look at my notifications and respond and things like that, but I do like it better when I start my day off with writing. Sometimes I'll go straight to my phone, and then right after I'll just go to journaling. But as long as I'm incorporating journaling or reading. And I did read more books than I expected to post-grad. I thought that I wouldn't read as much as I did, but I actually did, so that was a good one. The next goal was to be more consistent with my Spanish. I used to take Spanish classes from middle school all throughout high school. I really just love the language, and I will become fluent in it. And I don't know, I just feel like it's very important nowadays to be bilingual. I just like how I could connect with people if I'm speaking the same language. And I think Spanish is just a really common language. With any language or anything you do, it's always like, if you don't use it, you lose it. All throughout college, I didn't take not one language course, no Spanish. I wasn't speaking it or practicing the language because I just basically, like, nobody in my house that I live with, even like coming back home, nobody speaks the language. So it was kind of just something that went on the back burner and kind of just like wilted away. And I still, if I hear it, I could comprehend, but the speaking of it and just getting back into it, I was just really rusty at the language. So I told myself that I need to get back into this. I need to invest in this and act like this is an actual course, actual class. So I went searching online of what courses that I can take, and I already followed or was subscribed to this channel called Why Not Spanish. They do a really good job, and I just like their style of videos, and it's just super informative, and it's not geared to, a lot of courses are geared towards beginners, and I needed something that was a little bit more intermediate, advanced. And they have online courses, like it's a subscription service that I paid for and subscribed to actually be able to get daily material to work on and just improve my Spanish. I took action on that. For my goal, I wrote down in terms of Spanish at least bi-weekly, so 2 times a week I have to take either an audio course, I have to physically write down words while sitting at a coffee shop or something like that, or just at home, or go online to the Why Not Spanish course. So I was doing that for a few months and being really consistent with that. Like these past, I want to say like 4-ish. I want to say probably like right after the summer going into fall, I kind of was doing it a little bit less consistently. Still be watching like shows and listening to podcasts every now and then, but I just wasn't as engaged in it. So that's something I need to rekindle that fire. A goal that I didn't even really touch on at all. I wanted to finish one script. It didn't have to be like a long film or long documentary script. Just I wanted to finish, like do like a little short story or something like that. I've taken script writing classes while in college, but after taking those, I haven't used it since. It was just something that I wanted to just do in my own time. Just write a short story, short script. Didn't even have to actually come to life visually, but I just wanted to exercise those writing skills, because of course I journal and I do things like that, but I haven't like dipped back into writing creatively. The only loophole, I guess, is like writing scripts for this YouTube channel, but I don't really script them out to the T like that. I kind of just do bullet points if I'm doing like a sit down video like this, that I know I want to cover these points, and the rest is kind of like me talking. That's something that I'm gonna have to carry on in the next year. So that was a review and recap of my goals that I set going into 2019. I'll be doing a part 2 to this video, so going over my goals for this year of 2020. Hopefully this gave you guys some insight on where I'm at and some context of what I'm working towards, or just gives you that reassurance that if you don't hit every single goal, it's okay. You have every single day is another day to set more goals. So if you messed up last year or you messed up yesterday, you could always start fresh the next day. So that's it for this one. Make sure you check out the description box below for any of the resources and links that I'll link down there. Check out my last video if you haven't done that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.